How are you feeling and who's your man of the match?
I'd probably agree with Young actually. I thought Young was really good. What surprised me today was he did his defensive responsibilities fantastic today. He didn't let anyone past him. And I thought having Ashley Young at left back is a bit of a weakness. Maybe get a few people around him for Everton, but he was solid at the back today. I was really happy with how he played, and yeah, as he said, he gives us another option on the attacking side. But I think what the best thing from today was we just beat Everton, a top 8 team, 4-0, and we didn't even play our best football today without our best player in Pogba. If that's not a sign of champions, I don't know what is. So it's good sign for the future.
I need to drop. I'm here with Abdullah. Got Al as well. We'll come to Al in a bit. Abdullah, 4-0. I sat next to you. We were moaning a lot during the game at 1-0, weren't we?
We were. I think when it got to around the 75th minute, I did say we need to get Herrera and Martial on. I think Herrera, when he come on, he moved the midfield. Like he was getting the ball, passing it to Fellaini, passing it to Young. You know, because I think we lacked that bit of energy in the end, and we had to like be alert. We weren't alert enough at the end, and we could have conceded a goal down that side from Jones a few times. De Gea did save us. We can't forget that. He's been on top form as well. When asked, you know, he's dealt with problems. But overall, I think good performance at the end. It shows that we're clinical in front of goal, but in terms of creating the chances, we did lack with that, because I think when Mkhitaryan got the ball, he was taking a bit too much time.
Are you moaning, Abdullah?
Yeah, I am.
Why?
We could have battered these 7-0. But no, listen, like I said, it's a positive result, but there's things we need to watch out for when we come against the likes of City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and maybe not Arsenal this season, but, you know, City and Chelsea are the ones that we might be competing with throughout the season. We've got to be taking our chances. We've got to be creating those chances. Like I said before the game as well to you, no Pogba is concerning, but when you've got Fellaini and Herrera who can come in there and do a job, that's always a positive. You've got to give, you know, plaudits to Fellaini, because usually he might have that good game, you know, like he did have against Basel, and then fade out and, you know, have that bad touch in a game that leads to a goal or mistake. Then his confidence is down again. You know, Mourinho's trying to fit him in games, but today, come on, he intercepted the ball for that Mkhitaryan goal and then passed it straight to Lukaku. Lukaku as well, you know, missed his chance, kept his head up. As soon as he took the free kick and missed it, he went in the back post and picked his right spot.
I told you he was going to score, didn't I?
You did. Even at the end, you know, after he missed that chance, he said he will score. And I think overall, we've got to keep this up. Like I said before as well, we have one bad result. We did end up, you know, against Stoke. It wasn't an awful result, but still a bad one, because we've got to be winning games like Stoke. We did come back straight away and win that game, and I think we just got to keep up with that mentality. Whenever we do end up with a draw or something, we come back with, you know, 3-4 wins, and then we just got to wait and see how it goes against Liverpool and Tottenham. If we perform the same, you know, against the better sides, you know, obviously who can counter us and who can really cause troubles for Jones and Bailly at the back.
So what he's trying to say is we're winning the league. What's your man? Who's your man of the match?
Matic for me. Matic, man. He's just unbelievable.
All right, Al.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
That was good, isn't it?
Yeah.
4-0.
Yeah.
I understand we had a little bet.
Yeah.
And you owe me, don't you?
Yeah.
You owe me a drink.
Yeah.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, what a legend. Has your old man got the JD for me to go with this?
we were going to give him the fruit shoot, but we're
Can't give me a fruit shoot. Al, 4-0. Which goal was your favourite? Martial, Lukaku, Mickey, or Valencia?
Valencia.
That was some goal, wasn't it? What did you make of the performance today, John?
Yeah, it was one of those. Thankfully, we got that early goal, and we really looked nervous. We really did. But thankfully, we got that goal, and we just seemed to hang on. And then all of a sudden, we don't know what happened. Floodgates.
Similar to Swansea, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we didn't have like loads and loads of chances, but we did have some clear-cut chances. You know, and it's one of those. But we got the result, and it's the main thing. And we got another 4-0 as well.
You're laughing at? You had a cheeky, nice haircut there, innit?
Yeah.
Who's your barber? You're not sharing that with me? He's keeping his barber to himself. He's Beckham's barber or something like that, innit? Al, who's your man of the match?
Matic.
I think the same too. Do you agree?
I don't know. Possibly he did play well. Don't get me wrong. I thought Jesse played well when he came on, and to me, he seemed to change the game. He really did. He was running those channels, and he gave us a bit of energy. And you know,
movement's often underrated.
Definitely. And he was involved in a couple of chances. Could have easily had a goal himself. And I'd like to see that penalty appeal again. You know what I mean? He had a good shout at that. But even Young played well today. You know what I mean? Credit to him. He's coming.
Is this the resurgence of Youngie?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, we've always been a big Youngie fan. He's always been on the outskirts, hasn't he? But he hasn't given in. He's been there. He's still progressed, and you know, done a few under 23s, hasn't he?
Right. Check out Alex's YouTube channel. The link will be below. At 1-0, were you worried?
Of course. Thought it was going to be 1-1 standard. I thought we were going back, back to the ways of last season. But last 10 minutes once again reminded me a bit of the game at Swansea. Like not entirely convincing, but last 10 minutes we put it on, and yeah, it works.
What is it about United that gives them the ability to do that now? Because there've been times when we've had teams 1-1, they'd score the equaliser and we wouldn't score. That was last season. But this season, we've kind of got the same players apart from Lukaku, but we're so devastating on the counter.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? I think it's Jose's second season. He tightens up the defence, and I think Phil Jones and Eric Bailey have been really key for us. Is it Darmian who played left back today? Was it? I think Danny Bloom played.
Young.
Ashley Young played left back. Yeah. So I think
you forget Young.
Oh, Ashley Young. I forgot about Young, even though he played on Tuesday. Fantastic role. But you know what? It's just a good performance, and it's just good for the team going forward.
How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to get a 4-0 win, but Lukaku missed a big chance again, which should have been more goals. But I'm happy with 4-0. I'll take that. You
worried by the chances that he misses, or do you just think part and parcel? I mean, Zlatan missed a lot last season.
Well, it's just scored them chances because it should just bury them off first time. I mean, it was easy chance, but then again, I'm happy with 4-0. I mean, when it was 1-0, I thought, yeah, that it was going to be a draw. Everton were going to score, and I was like, oh, man, they're going to score. And I was like, fuck. But next thing you know, like 3 goals coming in like that, just like that. It just shows like how United can play when they put their mind to it.
Shows a strength in depth as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, the fact we can bring Tony Marshall off the bench, like not many teams can say.
Should he be on the bench though?
So, I don't know. Like he seems to be like most effective when he comes on late in the game. So I don't know. I thought Rashford.
When Rashford comes off the bench, people say that about him.
Yeah, of course. I think we're in such a privileged position to have those two. Like I thought Rashford, like in the first half, especially. Actually, I thought Rashford was maybe the best player in our forward line today, until he came off. Obviously, I thought Mkhitaryan and Lukaku took a little while to get into the game. So I mean, yeah, can't really complain.
Right then, lads. In a word, man of the match is goal.
Matic.
Lukaku.
Valencia for me, for that strike.
What a goal, eh?
That was the best goal he scored.
I was still on the stairs running up Stretford then.
The only negative we could take from that game is our chances. Lukaku had a few chances in the first half, 1-on-1 with Pickford. Should have put them away. But apart from that, great performance.
What was the key to that performance? Because without Pogba today, it was going to be difficult.
Yeah, I thought when Herrera came on, I thought we'd be quite defensive because we had Fellaini defensive, Matic defensive, Herrera defensive. But we did quite well. Herrera quite involved with that penalty because he was free on the other side.
Do you think Herrera should have started today?
Yeah, I thought Herrera's been doing well. He's a hard worker. So if we played Herrera, Mata would be more free like Pogba.
And Romelu Lukaku got a goal. Didn't perform really today. He was very quiet. Does that just show you how good he is?
Yeah, I think all strikers, their job is to score, and that's all he's done. He's been scoring nearly every game, so hopefully he can carry on that form to our success.
Who's your man of the match? Go on.
Man of the match. I thought Martial did well coming on the bench. He did.
For his 5-minute cameo. You know what? I agree with you. Martial.
Yeah.
Nice one, Zayan. Legend, bro. Thank you. It wasn't a 4-0 game, really, was it? But somehow we got it.
Really, really lucky. Like, at 1-0, we were stagnating, and it was only when the super subs came on that everything changed.
West Ham, Everton are 2 good examples. They're 2 teams that you expect to be in the top half of the table, maybe even pushing for Europe. I'll take them performances any day.
Definitely.
My throat's going from start to finish.
The atmosphere was better today, wasn't
it? Much better. It was like a morgue on Tuesday. I was there Tuesday and it was like a morgue. People going 10 minutes before their ends, wasn't good enough. We've got to be supporting the boys from start to finish, and it was a little bit better today. A few people went a bit early and it annoyed me a little bit.
Ref was today, wasn't he?
It was terrible. I mean, he couldn't make his mind up with any decisions. I mean, Lingard went down into the box and then he played on for like another 10 seconds, not even playing advantage. And then he thought, yeah, fair enough, let's give him a free kick.
Who's your man of the match today?
I'd say Ashley Young. Although it's not the man of the match in everyone's books, I thought he put in some real pace on the wing and he put in some decent crosses. Although we weren't crossing too much today, I think Young really is a breath of fresh air for us and someone we can really rely on.
It's crazy because do you think Young would get in the side if he couldn't cross the ball? Because I feel like that's the only reason why he's in the side. Obviously, he works hard, he does all that. But I feel if Darmian could cross, he'd be in ahead of him. If Blink could cross, he'd be in ahead of him. I feel like the only thing that's getting him into this team at the moment is his crossing ability. And does that show a huge weakness in our side?
I don't think it does, because although he's like good at crossing, better at crossing than other defenders we've got, our other defenders have a lot of strengths as well. Like Blind is very good at the back, and obviously Damian the same as well. But I think having Ashley Young in the side, a bit of skill, a bit of pace on the wing, I don't think Blind or Damian provides that kind of pace or that kind of flair.
It reminded me of the Swansea game. The last 10 minutes, we just stepped it up again.
Is it the pace, is it the strength and depth that we have that allows us to do that?
Yeah, I think we got plenty of strength in there, but it just felt like Marcus and Mickey, they just didn't have very good games today. Their touches were, I'd say, bad. They're just, and like with Rashford as well, some of the tackles, he was like sort of pulling out of him. I was thinking, just go in for him and you can get the ball and you can get forward and get the team moving. It just felt like them two just didn't have quite as good game.
Why doesn't Rashford score when he starts? Yeah, he does when he's off the bench, and vice versa with Martial.
I think Jose's employing the tactic of, well, Rashford starts, get the team tired, other team tired, and then Martial comes on and just can attack them and score. And same with Rashford as well. So, yeah, Martial.
Great options to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi guys, Adam here. I'm with Saurabh, aka Gov Bandicoot. You know him in the comments on Full Time Devils live streams. How you doing today? 4-0.
We won 4-0. Can't stop smiling.
Did you expect that at a half-time break, 60 minutes in? Did you think it's going to end 4-0 today?
Not really. I mean, it seemed at that stage that we were kind of getting stuck in it, like a bit like last season, when after like you get 1-0, the other team you kind of struggle to break them down. But I think the difference this season is that we've got a lot of energy on the bench. So if you bring on a fresh Marshall, fresh Herrera, they just suddenly just go at the entire defense, and that extra movement that comes on just helps break down teams, I think.
Why was Herrera on the bench there? Do you know? Was it the right decision?
I don't think so. But I mean, Fellaini played well, so perhaps he's also doing well in training or something, so maybe that's why he was picked to Herrera. But I really want to see Herrera start more often. Like,
do you think it becomes more important now Pogba's out as well? Because he could be out for 3 months. Do you think that Herrera's takes on that extra importance in his position in the squad?
I hope so. But I think right now we're going to have lots of games thick and fast. So I think he'll be rotated. He'll not be like starting every single game. But he should get more chances now that Pogba's out.
Matic though, how good is he?
He's so good. He's kind of like the rock that we're building our midfield around. Like, I know Pogba is probably the best player in our midfield, but without Matic, the other players don't get the freedom to actually go forwards. And I don't know, he's perhaps adding a lot more stability that perhaps sometimes, like if Jones or whoever the other central defender is, if they're making some rash decision or like they're out of position, Matic is covering for them.